Madam Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity granted me to second this very important motion. Let me start, Madam, by acknowledging the clarity with which the mover of the motion has presented the committee's report on the compliance audit that was conducted by the Auditor General's Office concerning the issuance and monitoring of mining rights for the accounts of 2017. Madam Speaker, as ably emphasized by the mover of the motion, the mining sector is a critical sector to the economic development of this country, as it is the dominant sector. The mining sector being in that position, therefore, is expected, Madam Speaker, to be the key driver of the Zambian economy by stimulating additional activities in various other sectors of the economy through various externalities that would accrue from the activities of the sector. Madam Speaker, it is common knowledge that the mining sector has not, to a large extent, delivered on this expectation and the expectation of our people, and that the mining sector, in fact, has remained aloof and non-coordinated with other sectors of the economy of our country. Madam Speaker, the report of the Auditor General has revealed a number of irregularities. Contrary to the provisions of Section 25(1)(a) of the Mines and Minerals Development Act number 11 of 2015, it was found that 21 mining rights orders, Madam Speaker, who were visited on the Copper Belt, Northwestern and Central provinces had not commenced operations soon after being awarded the mining rights. The reason given, Madam Speaker, for this failure to commence operations has been lack of finance on the part of the holders of the mining rights. It has been also as a result of delays by the Zambia Environmental Management Agency to give their consent and clearances. It has also been as a result of disputes in receiving consent from the holders of the surface rights. And it has also been related to land issues and disputes with traditional rulers such as headmen and chiefs. Madam Speaker, the reasons given can be considered to be genuine, particularly with regard to the failure of our local small-scale miners to have access to the necessary financial resources for them to undertake their operations in good time. The committee has observed, nevertheless, that in fact one of the reasons for this has been due to delays and inadequate assessment of applications for the mining rights as a result of failure by some members of the Mining Licensing Committee as prescribed in the applicable law, failing to appear and participate in the proceedings of the Mining Licensing Committee. This has been one major contributing factor. As regards finance, Madam Speaker, the committee recommends that we cannot, as a people, preclude our citizens from owning mining rights because they do not have money. While they do not have money, they have their God-given resource, the minerals that are in their land. Therefore, the committee, Madam Speaker, recommends that a platform be created by the government where foreign investors in the mining sector can partner with Zambians that are having these mining rights, so that the local partner brings in the mining right while the foreign investor brings in the capital needed. But that this needs, the process of negotiation and agreement needs government support so that the mine right holder is not disadvantaged in the agreement. Madam Speaker, another issue raised by the report has been a case of illegal mineral process. I seek the indulgence of the House that I quote directly from the report. On page 16, the report of the Auditor General states as follows. According to existing procedure, a mining right holder should possess a mineral processing license in order to have the legal right to process minerals. It is the responsibility of the ministry to ensure that all persons involved in processing minerals have licenses. According to a letter dated 7 September 2017, issued by the Director Geological Survey Department, a company named Mineral Junction and Transport Limited was fined $1,500,000 for operating a mineral processing plant without a license. However, there was no evidence that the fine had been settled, although in response to a query raised on this issue, the ministry indicated that the company had since obtained 2 additional mineral processing licenses numbered 2423 HQMPL and 2726 HQMPL. End of quote. Madam Speaker, here is a company that is undergoing disciplinary action. Before proof is shown that this company had paid the fine and complied with the requirements of the law, they were awarded 2 more mineral processing licenses. Madam Speaker, under what circumstance could a situation like this arise? It is not my intention to listen to people debating while seated, but Madam Speaker, that could be a very clear explanation, that there must have been somebody with some pecuniary interest in the issuing of additional licenses before the matter is settled and the applicable penalty has been met by the company that has been found wanting. Madam Speaker, this is a sad situation. We also learned as a committee, Madam Speaker, a case where an exporter of minerals went to export minerals on the basis of a forged export license. And the only penalty given to this exporter was a charge of $1,500,000, which he paid within 5 days. Now, this is forgery. it is not only a civil matter, but a criminal matter as well, uttering false documents. So how many such cases are we having, Madam Speaker? Does this explain the failure of this sector to contribute effectively to the growth of our economy, to the reduction of unemployment, to the fight against poverty, and to the improved well-being of our people? Madam Speaker, we need more seriousness in the management of this important sector. Madam Speaker, in the case of Mineral Junction and Transport Limited, we wish to urge the ministry to ensure that this company pays the fine that had been imposed on them, and that their other licenses be reconsidered. We propose, therefore, that the Office of the Attorney General be followed up so that this fine is paid by this erring company. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, sorry. The report of the Auditor General also revealed that some mining rights orders exported minerals without mineral export permits. We had a case, Madam Speaker, of a company called Integrated Steel Mills that exported minerals without an export permit. In the interaction with the Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, who appeared before committee, the explanation was that this company had actually exported only ash and residue from the steel processing activity. However, Madam Speaker, when the Auditor General interrogated ZRA from the Asikuda system, it was found that the consignment that was ostensibly only ash and residue was in fact laden with zinc, which is a mineral and should have been exported with the correct permit and appropriate taxes paid. This did not happen. Madam Speaker, the committee feels that this is as a result of the failure by the Ministry of Mines to place competent officers from the ministry to ensure that the consignments leaving the country are checked, tested, so that appropriate taxes are paid. We heard from the mover of the motion, Madam Speaker, a case where export of copper was undervalued in only 3 trucks. And we heard as a committee that there are at least 100 trucks that leave the country with minerals every day. In the case of only 3 trucks, $5 million was lost. Now, 100 trucks per day, if we are losing $5 million from 3 trucks, taken as a sample, 100 trucks are leaving per day. How many trucks are leaving without paying the necessary taxes? Does this explain the underdevelopment that this country is going through? We have raised serious questions over the issue of the mining sector and its contribution to our national economy, its contribution to the Treasury. This report, Madam Speaker, highlights ugly things that are happening, and how we have permitted that we ourselves, under our own watch, we have permitted loss of revenue to this degree. Madam Speaker, the committee is very disappointed with this development. In light of the above, we recommend that this company, Integrated Steel Mills, should be made to settle all the applicable taxes on the zinc that they exported under the guise of ash and residue. And that in addition to this, penalties be imposed for failure to declare the correct material being exported, rather than covering it under a different name. Madam Speaker, the report by the Auditor General on the mining rights has opened the eyes of your committee as to what is going on in our economic management system. This report, Madam Speaker, has clearly indicated that probably and most likely and highly likely that our poverty is self-imposed. Self-imposed by our own laxity, self-imposed by our own failure to manage our God-given resources so that we can be the primary beneficiary of these resources that are given to us by the Almighty. Madam Speaker, one day we shall appear before God Almighty, and what questions are we going to answer? Are we going to look at God in his face and tell him in his eyes that we did and we managed, that we were the right stewards over the resources that he gave us? Madam Speaker, more needs to be done. And as I conclude, allow me once again to thank the mover of this motion, and allow me to pay tribute to the Auditor General for the report that has opened our eyes, and that as the Committee on National Economy and Labor Matters, we need more compliance audits, particularly in the area that we are concerned with. I wish also to thank your office, Madam Speaker, for the support you rendered to the committee. And I wish to thank the witnesses that appeared before us for the valuable information that they gave us, helping us to produce a credible report for submission to this House. Madam Speaker, I beg to second.